Morning folks, Mario from MF Fly Tying, just up at a local small brown trout water that I'm lucky enough to be a member of over in Glasgow, so fortunately I can't mention the name of it on social media. So just back from Florida with the kids, so they're still in their bed dealing with the jet lag, so thought we'd come out and see if we can get some brown trout for you. So we've got, we're off the bank, hopefully going to fish some dries for some of these trout. They're in about 3/4 of a pound to maybe £1 3/4. There are some bigger fish in it as well, but a little bit more elusive. So we've got a wee bit of a walk here, maybe 5 or 10 minutes up to the top of the water. So we've got a few other bank anglers and we've got a guy in the boat as well. So hopefully you guys can see some of the water in the video as we walk along. So about 16 degrees temperature wise. Got a nice ripple in the water, which I tend to find is better for the brownies. So my 7 weight. Today I was going to fish a 5 weight, but when I come up it was a wee bit windy, so rather than trying to fight the wind, I thought I'd make the job a bit easier and fish the 7 weight. Just got a floating line with me and a couple of boxes of flies, so we'll see if we can catch some trout. Conditions look really good. There's a few geese just entering the water. I don't get enough opportunity to come up here, and as much as I would like, it's a great water. They are stocked. Brownies, like a lot of the waters around the central belt, unless you go for the wild ones out up in the hill lochs, but they're great fish nonetheless. So we'll come up round this corner and get sat down, we'll get set up. As I said, hoping to fish some dries today. Did see some sedges on the car just when I get parked up, so a couple of wee sedge patterns that I've tied up. I'll give a go today and see how we go on. So just get yourself set up. Thought I would show you some of the flies. So these flies here, wets for pulling for the brownies, and we've got some hoppers, some daddies, a few midge patterns up there, some sedge hogs, a couple of wee pulling mini lures, just in case the wind gets up, and generally find that fishing those at the start of the year or towards the end when they're on the fries better. But for today, probably some of the hoppers, maybe some of the wets if we need to, and some of the sedge hogs as well. So I'll show you the cast that I've got set up. So it's a 3-fly cast. The wind's just started picking up again whilst we've been sat here, so hopefully it's not too bad, because it's turned and it's coming into my face now, which is not ideal. Glad I had the 7 weight. So I've got a wee kind of deer here, kind of sedge pattern on the point, in the middle dropper got a brown foam daddy, and then on the top dropper again just a kind of caddis type emerge a pattern. So we'll see how we get on with those, and if I change I'll show you the patterns. So let's get started, guys. Right, as I said, the wind's coming into our face here, so, well, not directly into our face, but we just need to wade out a little bit further. Hopefully we'll get this in the camera. So we'll just work our way back to the car. As I said, when I was coming up today, there was a few sedges that were on the top. Sorry, not on the top. A few sedges on the car just as I stopped. So hopefully those sedge patterns work. I have waded out a little bit here, just off the bank, just to help with casting. We can cast a little bit further down the wind, just let those flies fish any food that's, or flies that are coming off onto the water, getting blown onto the water. Should be down this bank, hopefully. Conditions are almost perfect. Those flies are sitting up nice on top of the water, so hopefully get a trout up at them. Not seen anything yet. Didn't see anything as I was walking up either, but it's a bit of a funny place, this loch. You can come up and there's fish showing and they don't want to take the dries. Then other times you don't see anything at all, and they just come blind to them. So hopefully we see a couple of fish that we can cover, but if not, there's a good chance they'll come up blind to the flies. Always pays to fish down the bank as well just before you wade down it. See if there's any fish that are in the shallower water. So same as the boat, just fan casting, making sure that we cover the water as we go along. Just let them sit for a second or two, and then a few strips back, and then back out again. That one might be a wee bit of a nuisance if it picks up any further. We might need to switch banks, or potentially might be a day for pulling some wets, but hopefully not. July can be a bit of a funny time of year for fishing for trout. We've not had the heat that we've had over the last couple of years, which has been good. It's meant that we've been able to fish all through the summer months, and a lot of the waters have been fishing well, but the reports since I've come back from Florida have been that it's maybe switched off a little bit. For some people there's the usual suspects that catch in any conditions, and in big numbers as well, so they're there to be caught. Give that wee figure 8 back. So as we come up along this bank, just as it starts to go round the corner, there's a point, and that's where I would expect fish just to be off that point. They certainly were the last time I was up, so hopefully that's the case. The fish up here do like the foam daddies, so I would expect that if there's a few daddies about, that the foam daddy should work for us today. Not always, but that is a tried and tested pattern, both for rainbows and for brown trout. Those flies are sitting up really nice in the water. Brown trout fishing is not something I do a lot of, as I said when I was coming up the bank there. It's something I want to do a lot more of, but I said it's getting the chance to fish for them on a regular basis, and amongst all the competitions and other trout fishing that I'm doing, sometimes it can be quite difficult, but it's great for a couple of hours sport. If you can get a hold of one. Might be a day for being patient. There we go. That fish is taking the foam daddy in the middle, just as I said. Fishing barbless hooks, so hopefully I'll land this fish. There we go. Nice trout. Let's see if we can find the fly. Foam daddy. So, first fish of the day. Away it goes. So, we're off the mark. The foam daddy's just sitting in the surface, or just below the surface. So, just seen a boil at the fly. It wasn't dry fly take, so to speak, where you see them coming up and over the top of it. Oh, there's another one. Oh, found a few fish. That one's in the point fly. Well, that doesn't always happen with brownies. Or up here certainly. So, a wee bit of a smaller fish. There we go. Lovely fish. Now, that fish just took just as I was stripping the fly back. There we go. Brilliant. Getting some good sport for our day so far. So because it's a deer here, you'll find that it doesn't pick up the slime, but it's a natural material, not like the CDC. You'll find it just giving it a quick dry or a rub in the water and get it back out there. As long as it's been pre-treated, it'll sit back up there nicely. So 2 fish in quick succession. So, and as I said, that doesn't happen up here very often, so happy with that. As you can see, not very far out from the bank. As I said earlier on, it pays just to make sure that you're fishing down the bank as well, because any flies that are coming off on that wind will be getting pushed up against the bank. It's obviously easier to fish with the wind to your back. And sometimes that's okay. In fact, a lot of times it's okay, but quite often you'll find feeding fish might require you to cast directly into the wind, or certainly into the shoreline that the wind is blowing into. Not always the case though. So let's try another one down the bank. Just letting those flies just sit for 10 seconds or so, and then just slow pulls back. That's the second fish. Sometimes those trout can just be hanging around. They might not see a fly, or if they have, just that extra bit of movement as you start stripping can be enough just to have the trout come in and have a go. Right, made our way round the water up to the top of the loch. So I'm going to fish this down to just down to the dam wall. Just come in here. The wind's a lot lighter, and I've already seen a couple of fish up, which is a good sign. So they might be hanging about in this top of the wind. So I'm just sticking with the same 2 flies. Figured out what was going on with the GoPro as well. Overheating, believe it or not. So I'm not sure if that's something that any other YouTubers that are using GoPros finds an issue. I'm quite surprised though. because it's not exactly 30 degrees. So just same as what we were doing before, let those flies just drift round in the ripple. I did think about changing the flies, but the flies, I had a couple of fish on them, not had loads, but if they're working, let's keep them on for another 20 minutes and see what happens on this bank. And then if nothing much happens, then maybe what we'll do is we'll change onto some hoppers. The good thing about the hoppers is you can fish them dry or you can fish them wet, so best of both worlds. Just coming down to where that last fish showed itself. Not actually fished this part of the water, usually don't come up as far as this, but a wee bit more time today, so thought I would give it a go. And we'll just same again, a couple of casts straight out and then just work it round. So if you're fishing back loch, just make sure that you cover the water, give yourself the best opportunity for a fish. Just heard another fish there. Can't see what it was, but I heard the splash. I got a chance at fishing for the tarpon whilst I was in Florida, which unfortunately I didn't manage to keep one on, but what an experience out on the Florida flats with Captain Brandon McGraw. Really nice guy. We didn't get the best of conditions. Well, that's what I'm blaming anyway, but I think my ability to strip hook leaves a lot to be desired, so the one chance that I did have, proper chance that a fish took, unfortunately didn't manage to set the hook, but I did see the fish come out the water. I estimated 15 to 20 pounds, but Brandon was telling me it was more like 40 to 50, so to say I was disappointed is an understatement, but what an experience. If you're ever out in Florida, drop me a message, I'll put you in contact with Brandon. He's one of the guides out there. In fact, I think he's just signed a deal with Orvis. So if you are out there, look him up and hopefully you've got more luck than I do. I did catch, but I think Brandon was a bit disappointed that it was a catfish that I caught on the fly. When I actually hooked it and I landed it, I don't think he was that impressed. I don't think they like catching catfish. out there if you're not fishing for them. Totally destroyed the fly as well, so sorry about that, Brandon. Right, where are you, fish? I'm actually not hugely confident of where we're fishing at the moment, if I'm to be fair with you. There's this weed, might be wrong, it just doesn't feel as fishy as where we were fishing on the other side. But again, I've got a point just in front of us, maybe about 150 yards, 200 yards down in front of us, so we'll fish down to there. As I said, any kind of points or rocks or anything like that. Or shallow areas if you're out in the lochs. If you target those areas, generally speaking, there should be some fish around, so we'll fish this down fairly quickly. See if we can pick up a fish. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to land it over this weed, but we'll see. Need to be careful on the back cast as well. Got a lot of rushes in behind me. You can see that. Not ideal for the back cast. Just moved in. There we go. I was just about to say that I'll maybe just move down a little bit. Trout's come up, taking the point fly again. Be careful with this weed. Oh, dropped it at the net. Oh well, it's off. Oh, there you go. You win some, you lose some. I did try and net that fish when it was in the weed there, but I said I was just about to just move down a little bit and fish came up and took the point fly, so there you go. Got it wrong that time. Slight change of location. Just come round the corner a little bit. Fish this bank down. Another fish. This one's in the top dropper. Just a tiny wee, just sucked it in that take. Let's see if we can land this one. There we go. It's on the wee Caddis Fly type. Dry the flies off. Back at it again. That's good. So we've hooked four fish, and we've landed 3 for a couple of hours fishing, so pretty good going. I said that fish that just took, I'm not even sure you would have seen it on the video. It was just a wee, almost just a wee dimple up at the top dropper, and taking the fly, so good. Glad they came out. Let's see if we can get another fish or two. We'll maybe just fish this just down to the next point. That should have been a fish. That was a very slappy brown trout type take. So they're here. Jeez, wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Again, that wasn't that. There's another fish down there. See if it's interested. Well, that's interesting. That's me seeing 2 or 3 fish just in the last few minutes, showing themselves. So we'll maybe get lucky, and there's maybe a wee hatch that's going on at the moment. Well, that's the first fish that's come up to take the dries, that's not stuck. As I said earlier on, I think I said it earlier on in the video, sometimes with the brown trout you can rise a lot of fish but not necessarily connect or keep a hold of them. Sometimes it takes a wee bit. They can be ferocious but quite difficult to hook sometimes. Right, moving down the water. Only got maybe about another 20 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. And I need to head off up the road. So there's one wee part of the water that I want to fish just before I need to head. We'll make our way down there. Just coming at this rock down here. I'll fish this down. It's easier wading as well. That part up there was can be pretty treacherous in the rocks. The leader wet. Let's see if we fish this. Fish this down to the pole. Could be pretty good on its day. I don't know if you've seen that in the camera there, but I fished it. Full cast out. Not interested. That's a good sign. That fish was quite far out right enough, but we'll maybe give it another go. See if he's still heading about or in that area. Chances of hooking them on the dry though at this distance is slim to none. You never know. If you get a good solid take, I suppose you've got a bit of a chance if it comes up in any case. If it dries, you've got a chance. Right, let's keep it a bit shorter. As I always say, if you see fish, you know, cover them, because you know that it's in the area. You just need to have a wee bit of luck and see your flies and they want to take it. And if not, it's not an issue. Good 4 fish. Just scanning the water, seeing if we can see any more fish up. I'm not seeing anything on that first one that was had to do a long range cast to it. I did see the guy in the boat fishing this bank, and he was kind of hanging about this area, so maybe a few fish that are in this area. Not sure who it was or what they were fishing. I couldn't see it from the other side, but he was fishing in towards the bank. It's in about this area that I would kind of half expect a fish just coming up. I think that's a wee bit of rain as well. So hopefully we get off the water before it rains. Yep, looks as if it's the rain's just heading across the hills. So if we're lucky we'll get finished, packed up before we get soaked. I don't have a rain jacket with me. There we go. As you said, I had a feeling just coming along this bank there that although we're not seeing any fish, there tends to be a few fish that kind of hang around in this area. Again, on the top dropper. I'll maybe tie this fly for the channel. That's it. Top fly for today's session. So 5 fish, all good fish as well. That one was around about the pound mark. I think the first fish that we got today, that was probably the best of them as far as size. They're all good fish though. I'm not casting particularly far. Maybe 2.5, 3 lengths of the rod, so what's that, 30 feet or something like that, plus your cast. Be pretty confident in getting another one down here. Oh, we'll get 4 minutes to get one, so that's how much memory we've got left in the GoPro. Just about to start pouring as well, so if we run out of memory, then thank you very much for joining us. If you're not subscribed and you've enjoyed the video today, please take the time to subscribe. Hit the bell for future notifications. Give us a thumbs up if you do enjoy the video as well, guys. If you are already subscribed, thank you very much for your continued support. It's much appreciated. Go on, give us another one fish. That's the problem. You always want one more. 5's not enough, is it? The thing is, we're just getting into the bit that I've taken a lot of fish from recently, so I'm kind of half expecting to get one. Few midges about today, I get bitten. Walking through the grass earlier on. Oh, that was a fish there that's just come up and tried to take that. Have you seen that? Come on, Mary, we're supposed to hang your flies. Get a bit lazy there. Damn. Oh well. What happens? The fish have not really been coming up to the bob, so I had kind of stopped really retrieving on that basis, but it just shows you should really fish them properly through your whole session, because that could be the difference of getting an extra 1 or 2 fish. So a wee mistake there. I managed to free up a wee bit of space in the camera, because else have been off. I've had 2 other offers, so there are fish about here. One of them I missed and one of them I hooked and dropped, so you didn't miss too much. Got to be another fish in here. Keep checking the watch, see if the wife texts me. She texted me earlier on to say my wee girl's not feeling too good. We lost some suitcases as well when we come back, so they've not arrived yet. So I think she's panicking. I'm panicking too, because I bought a new fishing shirt. I'm hoping that's not lost. I think that's obviously our worries. Come on, fish. So I think what we'll do this afternoon, we'll maybe tie up these flies that we've been catching the brownies on. Certainly the one, the top dropper, has outfished the point and the daddy. But we've had fishing. There's another fish there, just missed. And that top dropper again. Sorry, yeah, the top dropper. So there's plenty of fish about here. But interestingly, that's the last 3 fish that have come up. We've not, 2 of them were off camera, but that last one there as well didn't stick. Maybe just a wee bit, just with that rain that's coming in, or change of air pressure, or something along those lines, or just bad fishing. One of the 3 reasons, or all of them. So why we've not hooked those last 3 fish. But he's not been interested in coming up again. Sometimes you find that with the brownies, they'll come up and have a go, and if you put the flies back over them again, they will come back up a second time, sometimes a third time as well. Still looking for that fly, especially when you're pulling. I find that if they come up to your bob fly when you're fishing, you're hanging them far enough away from the boat, sometimes you can throw them back out again and just dabble the fly on top of the water and it'll come up and it'll take it. So obviously the fish has been following it in, and as the flies are coming up in the water next to the boat, they kind of lose sight of it, but they're still looking for the fly. And when you put the fly back in, just dabble it on the surface, sometimes that can just be enough to get them to come back in and have a go. Unfortunately, that one didn't want to do it. But we'll get another one down here, I'm sure of it. He says with confidence. Which it's good to see, and for the video as well, for anyone that's out there that's maybe new to fishing or not confident in fishing dries because they're not seeing fish. But providing the conditions are correct, no, sorry, pardon my French there, I just missed another fish. Providing the conditions are correct, you don't need to be seeing fish for them to come up and take your dries. As I said, that's now fish number 4 that's come up to the flies. And I felt that one, but it come up to the fly there, and we didn't manage to hook up again. So has something changed? There may be smaller fish, I don't know. maybe just not quite committing to the flies as much. As I said, still confident we can get another one to the net. We're patient. What it might actually be is that just because we're fishing, we're not actually fishing the ripple, we're just fishing the edge of it. So there's a chance that those fish are coming up and they're seeing something that they don't like, and just that's why they're not committing to taking the flies as well as they were when it was a little bit windier. I suppose we could change the top dropper onto the point fly, which sometimes that does help. Let's just check that dropper there. Sometimes your dropper can wrap round the leader, so although it looks as if it's fishing okay, when the fish come up and take it, they just shy away at the last second, because you see you've got your leader and you've got your dropper wrapped round on it. So if you're fishing 8-pound line, it could look like 16-pound line, potentially. Another 50 yards. I don't know how many times I've said this in the video, another 5 minutes, another one fish. But to be honest, I could probably fish this all day without an issue. But I do need to get up the road. Just thought I seen a fish there. Oh, maybe not. Seen it out the corner of my eye. What looked like a fish, but clearly because I haven't hooked anything must mean it wasn't a fish. Right, come on, give us one more. We're kind of coming out of the part of the water that would, it's that wee section of the loch. It's always holds fish in there, so we're kind of coming out of the area a wee bit that, I like to say that there's not fish down here. Of course there's fish down here, but there's certain parts of the water, whether it's a river or a loch or a lake, that will hold more fish than others. And sometimes they're holding them all year round. Sometimes it's just certain times of the year. And if you spend enough time in the water, you'll know those areas that you've got a good chance at. And I suppose that's why a lot of the guys, on like the Facebook and the social media, when they're fishing, especially rivers, and they tend either not to post or not to post the area that they have been fishing, because unfortunately, as we do see in a lot of the posts, there are, oh, there we go. I was wondering when I was going to get one of these. It's a perch. It's taking the foam daddy. There you go. Oh, it's away. Yeah, some of the posts that you see of people not respecting the water or the areas around the water, leaving rubbish and burnt out barbecues and picnic tables and whatever else. And then we wonder why people don't want to give you any information. Don't want to give it because, not because of you, because you post it and it gets vandalised and it gets destroyed, and we need to kind of protect these places, but unfortunately it's definitely the minority that's the minority of people or anglers. Oops. They're the ones that ruin it for a lot of other people, but I would say that the vast majority of people that are out there fishing or camping or generally spending time in the country don't tend to abuse it. Now, can we get one more fish? What have we got on the camera? 9 minutes or something. Could go back.